You just saw something you were not supposed to see. Your hands are trembling as you clutch the silver tray, and you know with absolute certainty that if you breathe a word of what happened in that room, you will not live to see tomorrow. In this house, secrets do not just ruin reputations, they end lives, and you have just become the keeper of a secret that could destroy everything. You wake before dawn, in a room so cold your breath hangs in the air like a ghost. The stone walls press in from all sides, damp and unforgiving. And somewhere in the distance a bell tolls 4 times, 4 in the morning. Your fingers are already numb as you pull yourself from the thin straw mattress you share with 2 other housemates, careful not to wake them, because if they wake too early, they will be irritable all day. And irritable maids make mistakes. And mistakes draw attention from those above. You have learned that attention is the last thing you want in this house. The floorboards groan under your weight as you fumble in the darkness for your uniform. The fabric is coarse, scratchy against your skin, and it smells faintly of lye and sweat, no matter how many times you scrub it. There is a small mirror on the wall, cracked down the middle, and in it you see a face you barely recognize anymore. Pale, tired. Eyes that have learned to look down, always down, never meeting the gaze of anyone who matters. You pin your hair back with shaking hands, making sure every strand is hidden beneath your cap, because a single loose hair in the dining room could mean a beating or worse, dismissal without reference, and without a reference you are as good as dead in this world. The corridors of the manor are a labyrinth of shadows and whispers. You move through them like a ghost yourself, feet silent on the cold stone, arms laden with a bucket of water you hauled up from the well in the courtyard. The well is deep, and the rope burns your palms every single morning, but you do not complain because complaining is a luxury reserved for people who have choices. You do not have choices. You have orders. In the grand hallway, the portraits of the family watch you with their painted eyes. Generations of noble faces, draped in silk and jewels, staring down at you as if to remind you of your place. You are nothing to them. Less than nothing. You are a pair of hands, a bent back, a presence that should be invisible until needed and silent even when seen. The family will wake in 3 hours, and by then the fires must be roaring, the floors must gleam, the breakfast table must be set with silver so polished you can see your reflection in it, and every trace of your existence must be erased from their sight. The kitchen is already alive with chaos when you arrive. The cook, a red-faced woman with arms like hams, is barking orders at the scullery maids who scrub pots with fingers rubbed raw. The air is thick with smoke and the smell of burning coal, and your eyes water as you set down your bucket and begin your tasks. You peel potatoes until your knuckles ache. You scrub the hearth until black soot cakes under your fingernails. You polish brass until your reflection stares back at you, distorted and strange, a girl who is always working, always moving, never resting. But it is not the work that frightens you. It is the secrets. You learned this within your first week. You learned it when you saw the lady of the house descend the servants' staircase at midnight, her silk dressing gown trailing behind her. Her face flushed, her hair unpinned. You learned it when you saw the man who slipped out behind her. A man who was not her husband. A man whose face you recognized from the portrait in the East Wing, the younger brother. The one who smiles too much and drinks too much, and whose eyes follow the younger maids in a way that makes your skin crawl. You learned it when the head butler pulled you aside the next morning, his grip on your arm so tight it left bruises, his voice low and dangerous. You saw nothing, he hissed, his breath reeking of tobacco. You heard nothing. If you value your position here, if you value your life, you will forget what you think you saw. Girls who talk do not last long in this house. You nodded. You said nothing. You have said nothing since. But the secrets pile up like the ashes in the fireplace. You know which of the footmen is stealing silverware and selling it in the village. You know which of the maids is pregnant and has been hiding it beneath her apron, terrified of being cast out. You know that the master of the house has debts that could ruin him, debts he has been trying to hide from his wife, debts that have driven him to rage and desperation. You know that the oldest son returned from university with marks on his arms, strange bruises and cuts, and that he locks himself in his room for hours at a time, refusing food, refusing company, while his mother weeps in the drawing room and his father shouts about family honor. You carry these secrets like stones in your pockets, and they grow heavier every day. There are rules in this house that are never spoken but always understood. Do not ask questions. Do not make eye contact with the family unless directly addressed. Do not speak unless spoken to. Do not enter a room if you hear voices behind a closed door. Do not react no matter what you see, no matter what you hear. You are furniture. You are wallpaper. You are nothing. But even furniture sees things. Even wallpaper hears things. You are dusting the library one afternoon when the master and his steward enter, deep in conversation. They do not notice you in the corner, half hidden behind the heavy velvet curtains. You freeze. You barely breathe. The master is agitated, pacing back and forth, his hands clenched into fists. The steward is trying to calm him, speaking in low, soothing tones, but the master will not be soothed. If she finds out, the master says, his voice breaking, if she discovers what I have done with her inheritance, she will leave me. She will take the children. She will ruin me. She will not find out, my lord, the steward replies. The documents have been altered. The lawyers suspect nothing. As long as you can secure the loan from— Do not speak his name, the master snaps. That man is a viper. If I owe him, I am finished. They leave. You wait 5 full minutes before you move, your heart pounding so hard you think it might burst from your chest. You should not have heard that. You should not know that. And yet you do. That night, you lie awake in your narrow bed, staring at the ceiling, and you think about what happens to servants who know too much. You think about the girl who worked here 2 years ago, the one who was found at the bottom of the east staircase with her neck broken. An accident, they said. She must have tripped in the dark. But the other maids whispered that she had seen something she should not have seen, heard something she should not have heard, and that her death was no accident at all. You think about the footman who vanished last summer, the one who had been asking too many questions about the master's finances. Gone without a word. No explanation, no farewell, just gone. You pull the thin blanket up to your chin, and you promise yourself that you will be smarter. You will be quieter. You will survive. But survival in this house is a game you do not know if you can win. Every day is a test. Every glance, every word, every moment of hesitation could be your last. You move through the grand rooms like a mouse in a palace, always aware that the walls have eyes, that the floors have ears, that danger lurks in every shadow. And still, the secrets accumulate. You cannot unhear what you have heard. You cannot unsee what you have seen. They are burned into your memory, and you carry them in silence, knowing that silence is the only thing keeping you alive.